It's been a hot minute since I've done this, but you know what? I just got my eBay order for a pair of Jennifer Lopez capris, and I just tried them on, and they fit, but let me tell you something. They're not capris, they're culottes. I bought culottes in the year 2026. How does one do that? How does one mislabel their Jennifer Lopez I'm gonna get doxxed because only me and me alone has ordered Jennifer Lopez culottes on eBay. This is my downfall. I spent a good 5 minutes with them on, trying to like pin them in different ways, and you're probably thinking to yourself, girl, you can just tailor those. Yeah, but like it's slightly stretchy fabric, and I have a huge fear that I'm just gonna like destroy it in its stretch because I don't do zigzag stitches. I don't have a serger. I'm not that kind of girl. Anyway, it's Mystery Illustrations of Fate drawing time. This is really old footage. Back when I still did them with pens, I've since switched to doing like the glass dip pen, and in the future I plan to make long form videos where I'm using that because I think it's more interesting to watch. But the spirit's moving me today, so we're gonna hop on New York City Craigslist misconnections and we're gonna read them. And in case you were curious, we're starting out hot with Astoria Hangout 420. I'm assuming Astoria is a hotel, and it says, please read, searching for a mature woman to meet and smoke. The way this is written makes it sort of sound like he's going to smoke you, as in like pork belly, meat, ribs, southern cuisine. No endless emails, please. I'm straightforward, 64 male. I'm disabled in a wheelchair. Let's smoke after 1 p.m. This leads a lot to the imagination. Number one, Astoria, which is a fancy hotel, has to be after 1 p.m. This is a middle-aged activity. He is in a wheelchair and he wants a mature woman. We're not doing any sort of young business right here. We're gonna smoke at the Astoria. Hopefully not crack. I think that's a little bit too much to do in public. I'll just say it, but really I don't want to upset the culture of New York, so maybe that's normal. This one goes, after midnight, short trip. Try BEEEE. You were this young lady in the cab last night. You ride from 1 Delancey to 111 Worth Street. That's good, just telling the world the information about a young woman. I'd like to invite you to share an evening in your city someday. Thank you, Grace. I think Grace as in like the Lord, because it has a capital G, and I don't think her name is Grace or he knows anyone else named Grace. I think this is thanking God that you know the address of a young lady who was in the cab with you. This is why young ladies need to start getting old man costumes. I think that's the real solution, is like one of those stupid golf hats that has the pom-pom and then like more plaid and a giant frumpy jacket. You know what makes me so sad? Those videos of those beautiful, like I think they're like young Asian girls, and they wear cute outfits to concerts, but people are so foul to these young girls because they're Asian and they're cute that they go on public transport and they have to like put on an outfit over their like their going out outfit, and people still spit on them. That makes me so sad. And I saw one video and I was like, oh, that's awful. And then I saw a different girl have the same thing happen to her, and I was like, what? Who's spitting on these young ladies? It makes me so sad. Young ladies, if I was there with you, I'd also spit on the man back, and then it'd probably turn into a way bigger thing than it needs to be, so you're probably just doing the right thing by just making a video about it. But like, I want the best for you. I hope you know that. Oh my god, wait, we have like a certified New York Times classic. This one is Tall Blonde 4/5. That's the date. Wait, that hasn't happened yet. Wait, April 5th? The current date is February 21st, 2026. This is from 6 hours ago. I'm gonna assume that's some sort of address, but it says Tall Blonde 4/5 to Borough Hall, Manhattan to Brooklyn. And it says, as such, you are a tall, athletic, gold spectacles, which gives you a sexy, severe look, wearing rainbow-ish scarf, which kind of makes it look like it says rainbow fish, which makes me think of Eric Carr. You know, Eric Carr was in like the like he was in Germany and had to dig shovels, like not dig shovels, that's stupid. Dig dig out like things for the Nazi party, and it really traumatized him, and now he made like a bunch of kids books because he didn't want to be doing any of that. That's just a fun fact about Eric Carr for you. Anyway, it continues to say, noticing me, brown guy, and my partner, blonde lady, getting affectionate with each other. Oh my god. Getting affectionate with each other. Somehow you found yourself in between us, with you and I very close to each other, and both of us with half smiles wondering how it could have felt to kiss you and joining in on the affection. Oh my god, they're summoning their unicorn. They're gonna make a unicorn out of like a traveler on the train. My partner and I imagined you with us as we played for the rest of the afternoon. You really never know what's going through people's head when they're on the train. Like, I like to think nothing's going through people's heads on the T in Boston, because like everyone just kind of looks like tired from the snow with like eye bags. Like nobody looks good on the Boston T. Nobody. It's impossible, actually. I just imagining this, like, oh my god, you like get shoved on a busy train between this like random couple, this brown guy and blonde lady. I love how they describe themselves, not the clothing, but just those factors. Like she's gonna, like the whole day of this poor girl with tall athletic gold spectacles wearing a rainbow fish scarf is like finds herself in between multiple couples that are staring at her really weirdly. Classic, really classic. Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that this map says there's a street. It doesn't name any other streets, but it says Schmermerhorn Street. That's a stupid street name. And in the new age of schizo posting, we have ShopRite of Croton on Hudson. All of these places sound made up. What is New York? Anyway, it says, you were in a gray sweatsuit at ShopRite around 10 tonight. We somehow kept ending up in the same aisles. Yeah, because you were stalking this person. Like, we were on the same little loop. We made eye contact right before you left, and there was definitely a moment there. If you felt it too and wish you had said something, here's your sign. Tell me what I was wearing so I know it's really you. Here's the spoiler. They were both wearing a gray sweatsuit. They're part of the same cult. You know, there are times where I'm in a grocery store and I keep running into the same person, and my thought is never like, tee-hee, I wonder if they like me. It's, oh my god, this person's getting in my way while I'm trying to pick out Kool-Aid flavors. What the fritz is happening here? Get out of my grocery store. It's never romantic. I really don't have a heart for that. This one makes me laugh because every time I tell my name KK to an old person, they try to correct me on my own name and call me Kiki. And this one goes, where are you, Kiki? Rego Park? Looking for Kiki. They don't capitalize it, by the way. Nothing's capitalized here, but they are old enough where between like every period and comma, there is a double space, so we know what age we're dealing with. Looking for Kiki. We met online some times ago through Hotmatch or Adult Friend Finder. For some reason, I lost contact information. Love to hear from you, beautiful. She lives somewhere in Brooklyn, maybe East New York. This one to me, I'm not going to make fun of, which it would be easy because of Hotmatch and AdultFriendFinder.com. That would be easy to pick at, but this is poetry to me. This is something I would put somewhere in like an American's Greatest Finds poetry book, 2026 edition. Where Are You, Kiki by Anonymous speaks to me more than any of those stupid Pinterest poems have. Like, love to hear from you, beautiful. She lives somewhere in Brooklyn, maybe East New York. Like the different way that it's like parsed out, like the spacing, that's art to me. That's better than anything Rupi Kapoor ever wrote at any point in time. This speaks to me. Okay, I haven't read this one yet, but I already feel like it's gonna be one of those things that reminds me of why I look through New York misconnections more than any other place. Okay, so this one starts out really like non-assuming. It goes Bowery B1SS evenings. Whatever that means, sounds like it's boat related. Here's how it goes. Ladies, if you still have those wild and impulsive needs for an evening of openness and letting go, then keep reading. If you miss those wild evenings at Bowery Bliss, or have just been curious about the lifestyle, then let's plan a time or at least chat and see what happens. I'm 140 pounds with slim-toned build, short dark curly hair, 58 years old, and have photos to send. So I'll leave the rest up to you to think about or act upon it. Only serious replies, please. I am learning about a great deal of places in New York that were shut down during the pandemic that were just for adult canoodling. And you know what? I don't have any commentary on that. If people want to go get something sticky stuck inside them, why leave it up to the candy shops? Get goopy, my friends. Get goopy. Okay, this one I wasn't gonna include because I thought it might be a little bit weird, but hear me out. Okay, the black women in Flushing, parentheses, Flushing, parentheses. We met and talked to one another last week. I'm the white guy, and we talked about me taking you out a couple times a month for fun times together. We talked about going to restaurants in the city, going out dancing, checking out movies, sports events at Madison Square Garden, hanging out in the Village, and just hanging out in the city. I have not heard back from you. I'm not sure if you're really interested, so I hope there's someone who would like to hang out together. Okay, so I can't have that woman, so anyone can fill that spot. Here's the things that I want to do in this city. All of these and also fun times together. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm 60 and she was in her 40s. Hoping to hear from someone soon. Anyone who's 40 and black, who's a woman. And then the final sentence that really made me like stuck the pin in here is can treat you like a black queen. Black is capitalized, so is queen, meaning it's a position to be filled. So I'm just gonna open the floor to anyone in my audience who's in New York who is a 40-year-old black woman who would like to be treated like a queen and go all around New York City trouncing about with this 60-year-old white guy. Just so you know, the option is out there. Please submit your resume by noon. Thank you. Okay, this one might be the longest misconnections I've ever seen in my life. And it seems really detailed, and there's enough things in it where it sparked my interest, so I'm gonna read it to you now. Starry night at the MoMA, Midtown, Thursday, 2/19, so that was a couple days ago, around 1:22 p.m. at the MoMA. This is already sounding like a detective's notes being written down for the start of like a crime. This is a crime scene. It starts out, I was standing directly in front of Starry Night. I'm sorry, is the Starry Night by Van Gogh at the MoMA? In New York? I don't know why I thought it was somewhere in Europe. Is that? I'll have to look that up. Taking notes in my journal. You tapped me on the shoulder and asked if I was an artist. I told you that I was a writer trying to get the experience of the painting into written language. Okay, so you're pretentious. You're trying to get an impressionist piece down into written language. I get it, I get it. You told me that you were a tattoo artist and you'd come here just to see Starry Night because you wanted to make something inspired by it. Okay, so it must be touring. Should I go to New York and see Starry? I don't care about that painting. For the longest time, I thought the cypress trees were mountains. In case you didn't know, those are cypress trees. And also cypress trees, when they fall over, are one of the best things possible when they're slightly rotting to attract fireflies because they love them. Anyway, I asked if it lived up to your expectations, and the smile you made was one of the most striking things I saw all day. You know, that's special because he was at an art museum. You wore a white version of those Russian hats with the flaps, parentheses, Ushanka, parentheses. I wore a dark purplish sweater and had a green messenger bag. Of course you did, complimentary. So that's not even complimentary. You look like Barney the dinosaur. Great. I wasn't very talkative because 1, you were sincerely one of the most beautiful people I'd ever seen in my entire life, so I completely short-circuited when I looked up from my notes. 2, I thought you were there with your boyfriend because a man right next to us was peering over my shoulder to look directly at my notes when you were engaged with me in conversation, so I thought he was in on it. It wasn't until you left and he was still there that I realized he was just some guy. And number 3, I thought it might have been inappropriate to start asking you about your art and yourself, even though I wanted to know literally everything about you, from your 8th grade English teacher to your choice of granola bar, if any. Oh my god. This feels like John Green wrote this. This could be John Green writing this. I think he's getting a divorce from Sarah Green. I don't know if that's true, but Sarah Green, if you're single, call me. I'm not single. I've been in a relationship for 4 years, but Sarah Green, call me. Especially while other people were trying to get to the front and have their moment with the painting. This whole thing, if you do notice, has like special capitalization for emphasis, by the way. But then a family came up and took at least 30 peace sign selfies with the painting. So truly who knows / gives a shit. I think you were surprised / discouraged that I was not meeting your energy, which was very polite and inquisitive. So you backed off politely and said goodbye after a minute or 2 of enjoying the painting. Oh, you... Man, by the time I scooped my brains back into my ear and realized what was happening, it was too late. You were gone. I was kicking myself over it all day and spent at least another 45 minutes retracing my steps through all 5 floors of the museum I'd just gone through in hopes I'd run into you again. Whoops. Baby! Poor sack of poo. Oh. Like, the way this is written, I want to punch you in the gut, but at the same time, boy, oh. People don't know how to talk to each other in public anymore. I'll admit there are some times where like people start talking to me and I'm like so not focused on talking to people where I'm like and I regret it. But other times, oh my god, I just like in a museum, I am that person walking up to people and asking them questions. I'm so annoying in museum. I'm the kind of person, if I notice a spelling mistake in like some sort of like art description, I will grab somebody that runs the place, like even though one of the security guards, and I will be like, hey, there's a mistake there that needs to be corrected. I am insufferable in an art museum. You really, oh. You think a tattoo artist in New York is single? She has 3 drug dealers and 4 boyfriends and at least 2 girlfriends. That's right, it's a polycule. Everyone knows that. That's New York's tattoo scene. I'm making that up, it's not true. But anyway, yeah, you really screwed the pooch. The pooch has been screwed. It's gonna have babies in like 6 months or however long the gestation period of a dog is. Okay, I was gonna say last one, but actually this is second to last one because this one is so funny. Strong shovel for the snow. Who needs it? See inside, Upper East Side. And then the actual text is, I'm willing to plow, in quotations, your snow. Oh, and then they include the phone number. Should I include the phone number? You know what? Why not? 917-557-1298. Call anytime. If you need your snow plowed in the Upper East Side, that's the number, baby. he put it online. Oh my god, wait. I don't know if the dates are correct. It might not be correct at all, but this has Hope from the MoMA, Midtown East. Nice to meet you on January. Oh my god. 17th at the MoMA. Would love to have talked more about Eros. What is happening at the MoMA? I have never previously had so many interactions be in the misconnections for the MoMA. I didn't even like process that art people would be like commenting on that. This is crazy. You think it's It's probably not the same people, but like, what if it was? But they didn't talk about it for the Starry Night, but people are falling in love. Ah! Okay, this is also not going to be the last one, but I was clicking through them and I saw this one. It says ISO for bi-curious frat party. And then all it says underneath is, hey boys, need a bottom to get passed around at your frat party? And that's it. Can you imagine though, like a frat party, bunch of these straight white dudes, and then they're like, man, did you bring the Pepsi Blue? Oh, now, did you bring the White Claw? And then there's one dude, his name's Jerry. Gay Jerry brings the bottom to be passed around at the frat party. Is it a mood killer? Maybe not. We all love Gay Jerry. He's different, but he's one of us. Okay, I did decide this is the last one until I go to New Hampshire and see if anyone wrote about me, which is also kind of what I always hope for when I go through these. But this one is the final one for New York. It says, looking for my twin, New York, star seed, earth angel, light worker. Where is my twin? Opposite but the same. Migrated here to learn and ascend, now rebuild, heart-centered, where are you? This too is poetry to me, and it makes me want to talk like a robot, which I always appreciate. I was really chill with this kind of stuff, being slunged about, like the starseed stuff, until I watched that like long video that was talking about how all this stuff is just related to eugenics. As everything gets tied back to when it's slightly weird, you can always just tie it back to fascism. Love that little tidbit about humanity. You can always just tie back to measuring someone's skull and seeing if it correlates to their brain. Life's crazy like that. Okay, let's go peep in New Hampshire really quick and then we'll tie off the balloon. Okay, so there's only 4 that are recent, so they're probably not about me, but this one from Nashua, New Hampshire, says Gate City Casino. To the woman I talked to briefly in the smoking area at Gate City, you were a Trump button. I think you are attractive and was wondering what your status is. Now, at first glance, you'd probably think it's like Facebook status, like are you single, are you married? But because of the Trump button, I'm a little bit worried about if they think it's immigration status. Like maybe they think that this person is not from the US and they're like gonna be like, hey, you're hot. But are you from here? But are you from here? You can't have her and you never will. And you're gonna lose all your money to gambling. And I'm okay with that. Oh wait, this one's cute. Spices and recipes at grocery checkout. Nashua. Nashua is just a weird area. It's really close to the Massachusetts border in New Hampshire, so a bunch of riffraff happens there. But this says, we chatted about the spices I was buying, and I'd love to share the recipe. It's a great winter stew! That's just cute! That's just cute! All the ladies in the grocery store see my spices and want to know about my great winter stew. This person lives in Stardew Valley. I love it. This is the last one, and it's not about me. Sadly, it's a shorter blonde with glasses and big hoop earrings, which describes so many people in New Hampshire. White River Junction. Saw you at Dunkin's and loved the smile. You're getting into your Subaru, but didn't see me wave at you. Would love to meet sometime. Buddy, she saw you wave. She's getting into a Subaru. Leave her alone. Okay, no, I keep getting distracted as I want to end this, but this one says Bar City Center, Bar City, whatever the heck. Cute girl at stoplight, large round frame glasses, and claws. I was the first truck waiting and watching you contently. I have the phone number. Okay, I think I have to end it there. He has the phone number. I don't have the upper hand anymore. This woman is about to get blown up by this man because she has large round frame glasses and claws. That's right, everybody. The women of New Hampshire have claws. I'm very proud of us for this commitment to having claws. And with that, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the drawings. I hope to make more of these in the future because there's a small quantity of you that for some reason really enjoy watching them. Ta-ta!